Something that I mentioned throughout my videos has been a culture of pre-orders and how it's contributing to problems within the gaming industry. So what exactly does that mean? What is a culture of pre-orders? First of all, while I'll assume most of you know exactly what I mean when I say pre-order, let's just explain it for the few that may not. A pre-order is basically exactly what it sounds like. When you go to a video game store and agree to buy a copy of a game that has not yet been released, and the store agrees to reserve a copy for you. It's pretty much that simple. Back in the day, especially video games would often sell out, sometimes for weeks. If you wanted to have the prestige of playing first, you had to pre-order to reserve your copy. It also makes sense if you're going to buy the game anyways. So how could this possibly be a problem? Well, there's a few things that poison what is otherwise a good system. First is the fact that the system is entirely pointless and outdated at this time. With the advent of internet shopping, there's plenty of ways to get a copy day one without having to reserve a copy. It's very rare for a store to run out completely, and it's not a necessary step, but unfortunately publishers in particularly are hooked on it. Pre-orders are used to woo investors who are a huge source of income for games publishers. Pre-orders show an interest in a game before the release and can lead to sequels regardless of how the game actually performs after the release. They continuously try to get consumers to pre-order with enticements of special items only available for pre-orders, or special access to certain game modes, or sometimes even an entire another game. These special items also make it harder for someone to cancel a pre-order, thus retaining that money. This is a practice that is becoming problematic when publishers are holding back entire portions of the game unless a certain number of people pre-order. Luckily, the consumers have been pushing back against this kind of practice. So essentially what we end up with is a culture driven by pre-orders. We have publishers that push it, and consumers that still want to be the cool kid on the block with the first copy of the game. We also have games journalists trying to rush with their reviews and get it out first. I've already addressed why that, especially for multiplayer games, is a bad thing. Pre-orders at this point only serve the publishers. Consumers are taking a gamble with their pre-order. The game could be great, or it could be terrible. The latter wouldn't be a big deal if consumers could easily cancel or return the game. However, many stores have a policy that limits pre-order cancellations if digital items are involved, and they increasingly are. Basically, the idea of pre-ordering is extremely outdated and can potentially trap consumers. I'm not saying no one should pre-order a game. I do it, especially if I know I'm gonna buy the game anyways, even if it's a broken mess. But that's rare. This culture of pre-orders, where everything revolves around pre-orders, really needs to be put to rest. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video again. This is a continuation of the series A Broken System, talking about problems within the video game industry. If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to stay up to date with all we have to offer here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. As always, I love hearing from you guys. Go ahead and leave anything you want to say, any comments or questions down below.